Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to give you a quick weather update about what's going on across central Mississippi and what you can expect as we move throughout this week. Now, the weather has calmed down quite a bit. We had some severe thunderstorms and also some tornadoes across the area last night, but that line of storms has since moved off towards the east, and that cold front has moved with it, and that's why our temperatures have been cooler today. Now, as we look at the storm reports from last night, see, we've got several tornado reports over in the Pine Belt area, which does include, we had some tornado reports in Smith County, as well as Jones County and Jasper County. The Weather Service is likely going to do some damage surveys in these areas over the next several days. Also, some gusty wind events around the Jackson Metro. A lot of reports of lightning. These were very loud thunderstorms that we dealt with last night. Also had some hail, some small hail, penny-sized hail was the largest report that I saw, but the winds were definitely the biggest threat in addition to the flash flooding. Now, I want to talk about the flooding potential. Now, we had some flash flooding last night, and those warnings have since expired, but we're going to really be paying attention to the Mississippi River as we go throughout the rest of this month, because look up here at how much rain some people received in Tennessee. These are radar estimates, 6 inches, 5 inches, 3 inches in some places. Even here in eastern portions of Arkansas, some reports of 6 inches of rain. Now, some of these could be locally higher amounts than what the radar actually picked up on, but what this is telling us, in the last week, it's been a lot of rain, which we knew, but this is going to cause some river flooding for the Mississippi River. Actually, the Weather Service has already issued flood warnings all along the Mississippi River, and those go until the end of this month. So we're going to have to be watching for flooding as we go through the rest of April. But for now, compared to last night, much quieter conditions across the metro. Temperatures are cooler today. We got up to 90 degrees yesterday, set a record, and we only got up to the 60s today. 55 currently in the metro, low 60s in Hattiesburg. Now let's track out as we go through the rest of this evening. Now that line of storms is towards our east, so those thunderstorms are out of our hair. We don't have to worry about them anymore. But however, there is the potential for an isolated shower or two as we move throughout the overnight hours. I do think most of us will remain dry, but just be aware that there could be an isolated shower here and there. I think the model is overdoing it just a little here, but there could be a few showers around tomorrow morning. And also, we kept the cloud cover today, overcast skies. That's going to continue through the overnight hours and through the first half of the day on Monday. But that cold front's going to keep moving off towards the east, and as it does, the clouds will move eastward as well. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to see some clearing from those clouds, and that's going to really start a week of some great weather here in central Mississippi. This is probably the best forecast that I've had in the past month here. We've had severe weather every weekend, but this week is looking different. It's looking, we're going to get a lot of sunshine and also some beautiful conditions. But before we get to that, I also want to point out the wind gusts tonight and tomorrow. Winds could gust up to 20 to 25 miles an hour as a result of that cold front still moving off towards the east. By the time we get to tomorrow night, it should start to die down, and we'll have a calm week ahead of us here in central Mississippi and the Pine Belt. Tonight's temperatures dipping down to the 40s. We went from being well above average to well below. 47 here in the capital city, 51 in Hattiesburg, 49 in Macomb, and 48 in Natchez, keeping those cloudy conditions throughout the overnight hours. And then tomorrow, temperatures cooler than we've had over the past several days. 60 degrees for Jackson, 62 for Hattiesburg, 60 for Natchez, and 60 in Port Gibson. I've talked about the good weather coming up. Let's track that out. This is one of our models. You can see the rain moving out before we even get to Monday. Behind that, high pressure is going to build in. We're going to have abundant sunshine. The temperatures will start a little cooler, but we will warm up as we move through the week. But look at the sunshine. We'll have clear skies on Tuesday, Wednesday, even for most of the day on Thursday. Now, Thursday night, it's looking like we could have some cold front move into our area. It's not really going to do much. This model is trying to depict the potential for some showers around. I expect most of us will stay dry, but there could be an isolated shower, a few scattered showers Thursday night going through Friday morning. But even after that, sunshine will return for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So no severe weather in the forecast for next weekend, which is the first time in I think a month that we won't have a threat for severe weather that falls on the weekend. So next weekend, great for any outdoor activities that you have been trying to have. High temperatures, I talked about, they're going to warm up throughout this week. Average high being 75 degrees. We'll be near 60 degrees for Monday, upper 60s for Tuesday. Back in the 70s, though, to finish out the work week. And the warmer temperatures, while we're near normal right now, or maybe just slightly above as we go towards the second part of this week, Climate Prediction Center is predicting that by mid-April, we're once again going to be dealing with those above average temperatures. So the 40s and the low temperatures in the 40s will not be sticking around for too much longer. All right, here's that 8-day forecast. There's not much going on it, which is great news. I like to see the sunny icons. Mostly cloudy skies for Monday, but that will clear out Monday afternoon into the evening. Abundant sunshine all the way from Tuesday through the beginning of next week. Slight rain chance on Thursday night into Friday morning because that cold front. We'll keep watching for that. But for now, plan on this week being mostly dry and those temperatures warming as we move towards Thursday. 78 degrees, that high temperature. Low Thursday morning being 51 degrees. But then even after that, our highs will still remain in the 70s and then our lows in the low 50s to the upper 40s. All right, I hope y'all have a good rest this evening. I'll be back on the CW tonight at 9 o'clock with talking more about the sunny weather, and then once again at 10 o'clock on WJTV. So I hope y'all have a great week. Enjoy this weather. This is going to be the nicest week that we've seen in quite some time. All right, y'all have a good night.